Beloved Father God, as this night gently settles over the world and the noise of the day slowly fades into silence, I come before you with a heart that is awake, even as my body grows weary. I come not rushing, not demanding, but waiting, listening, longing to hear your voice spoken softly into the deepest places of my soul. You know how much I have waited for this moment, how my spirit has leaned forward all day, anticipating the sweetness of being with you now. This night feels sacred because you are here, because your presence turns ordinary darkness into holy ground. I lay down not just my body, but my thoughts, my memories, my worries, and my unspoken fears before you, trusting that nothing I place in your hands is ever lost or ignored. Lord, you see me completely. You know the weight I carry into this night, the things I could not fix, the words I could not say, the emotions I tried to hide even from myself. I do not need to explain them to you because you already understand. Still, I bring them willingly, one by one, and place them at your feet. Let this prayer be like a slow exhale of my soul, releasing everything that does not belong in your peace. I choose to rest, not because everything is resolved, but because you are faithful. I choose to trust, not because I am strong, but because you are my refuge. As I quiet my heart, I remember what is written in Psalm 91, that the one who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Tonight, God, I choose to dwell, not to visit briefly, not to stand at a distance, but to remain, to stay, to make my home in you. Let your shadow cover me like a gentle blanket, protecting me from what I cannot see and calming what I cannot control. In this shadow there is no fear, only safety. In this shelter there is no accusation, only mercy. I rest here willingly, trusting that your presence is more than enough for this night. Father, speak to the part of me that is tired from trying. Speak to the part of me that has been strong for too long. I have carried responsibilities, expectations, and silent battles, and now I lay them down. I do not need to hold myself together in your presence. I do not need to have the right words or the perfect posture. I only need to be here. Let your voice flow gently, not loud or overwhelming, but steady and reassuring, like a river that continues to move even when the world is asleep. Let your truth settle into me slowly, deeply, until it becomes the rhythm of my breathing. As the night deepens, I feel the safety of your nearness surrounding me. You are not distant. You are not distracted. You are Emmanuel, God with us, God with me, right here in this quiet moment. Every shadow that once frightened me now fades in the light of your presence. Every anxious thought loses its power when I remember who you are. You are my fortress, my safe place, my strong tower. You are not shaken by what shakes me. You are not surprised by what surprises me. Knowing this allows my heart to soften, my shoulders to relax, my mind to slow down. Lord, I invite you into every room of my inner world. Walk with me through memories that still ache. Stand with me in places where I once felt alone. Heal what I have ignored because it hurt too much to face. I trust you enough now to let you touch those places. I trust you enough to believe that your love does not reopen wounds to harm me, but to heal me completely. As I breathe in your peace. As I breathe out, I release control. This night is not about striving. It is about surrender. I remember how Psalm 23 says that you are my shepherd, and I shall not want. Tonight, I do not lack peace because you provide it. I do not lack protection because you are watching over me. I do not lack guidance because even in the dark, you know the way. Like a sheep resting near its shepherd, I allow myself to lie down. I am not abandoned in the field. I am not exposed to danger. I am watched over by a shepherd who never sleeps, never looks away, never forgets even one of his own. Lead me now beside still waters. Lord, Let my thoughts slow until they are as calm as a quiet stream under moonlight. Let your word wash over me, cleansing the residue of the day. Restore my soul gently, patiently, without force. I do not need instant answers tonight. I only need your presence. Restore my soul so that when morning comes, I rise not from exhaustion, but from rest that was deep and real. Restore my soul so that even my sleep becomes an act of trust in you. As I lie here, I acknowledge that the night can feel vulnerable. When distractions fade, fears sometimes try to speak louder, but I choose to listen to you instead. I choose to believe that you have commanded your angels concerning me, to guard me in all my ways, just as you promise in Psalm 91. I am not alone in this room. Heaven is near. Your protection is active, not symbolic, not distant. It surrounds me now, covering every corner of my life, every breath I take, every dream I will dream. Thank you, Father, for being my dwelling place. Thank you for being the God who invites me to rest, not as a reward for good behavior, but as a gift of grace. Thank you for knowing exactly what my soul needs tonight. As my eyes grow heavy, I remain aware that you are still at work. Even in my sleep, you are guarding, guiding, and loving me. I let go completely now, trusting that this night is held in your hands and that your peace will carry me gently forward, deeper into rest, deeper into trust, deeper into you, still resting here in your presence. Father, I feel my heart settling even more deeply into the quiet you provide. The world outside continues its slow turning. Unaware of this holy exchange, yet my soul knows something eternal is unfolding. I am not rushing this moment. I am not eager to reach an ending. I want to remain right here, suspended between heaven and earth, listening for the subtle movements of your spirit as you draw me further into rest. My breathing has softened. My thoughts have slowed, and now I sense that deeper place opening, the place where trust is no longer a decision but a natural response to your nearness. Lord, in this stillness, I become aware of how often I have tried to carry tomorrow before it arrives. I have imagined conversations that have not yet happened, outcomes that are not yet written, challenges that may never come. Tonight, I gently place the future back into your hands. You are already there. You are not bound by time as I am. You see the end from the beginning, and nothing that awaits me can surprise you. Knowing this, I loosen my grip on what comes next. I do not need to stay alert or prepared while resting in you. I am allowed to sleep because you remain awake. As I continue this prayer, I let your word echo softly within me. I remember how it is said in Psalm 91 that you will cover me with your feathers, and under your wings I will find refuge. This image fills my mind with warmth and safety, like a child sheltered close, like something precious guarded carefully. I am hidden in you. The night loses its power to intimidate when I realize that I am not exposed. I am covered. Nothing can reach me without first passing through your protection. This is not poetic comfort alone. This is a living truth that steadies my soul. Father, I allow myself now to stop proving, stop explaining, stop defending who I am. In your presence, I am already known and already loved. I do not need to earn your care. I do not need to justify my weakness. You see my sincerity, my longing, my fragile faith, and you do not turn away. Instead, you draw closer. You delight in my willingness to come to you just as I am, tired but trusting, quiet but hopeful. Let this awareness sink so deeply into me that even my dreams are shaped by it. As the minutes pass, I feel the weight of the day continuing to lift. Conversations that replayed in my mind now grow distant. Mistakes that felt heavy earlier now seem smaller in the light of your grace. I understand more clearly that nothing I did today has the power to remove me from your care. Your mercy did not expire at sunset. Your compassion does not sleep. Even now, you are renewing me from the inside out, restoring what was drained, healing what was strained, and strengthening what felt fragile. Lord, I invite you to guard my thoughts as I drift towards sleep. Let my mind be a place of peace, not a battlefield of worries. If any anxious thought tries to return, gently replace it with the truth of who you are. Remind me that you are near, that you are faithful, that you are good. Let the sound of your promises be louder than the echo of my fears. I do not want to wrestle through the night. I want to rest in confidence, knowing that you are holding everything together. I think again of Psalm 23, where it says that even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. This truth feels especially alive in the quiet of the night. Darkness does not mean abandonment. Shadows do not mean danger when you are present. Whatever valleys I have walked through, whatever valleys still lie ahead, none of them are places I must face alone. Your presence transforms even the darkest paths into passages of grace. Tonight, I choose not to fear what the darkness might hide, because you are already there with me. Father, thank you for the gift of rest, not only for my body, but for my soul. Thank you for the way you gently untangle the knots inside me, the way you speak peace without needing many words. I surrender my need to understand everything. I surrender my need to control outcomes. I surrender my need to stay mentally alert. I trust you enough to sleep deeply, knowing that you are my defender, my provider, my constant companion. As sleep draws nearer, I ask that your presence remain tangible. Let this room be filled with your peace. Let every breath I take be steady and calm. Let my heart beat in quiet confidence. If I awaken during the night, let my first awareness be of you, not of worry. Let my mind return easily to this place of trust, remembering that I am safe, I am held, I am loved beyond measure. Lord, I give you permission to speak even as I sleep. Shape my dreams with hope and truth. Remove anything that would disturb or confuse. Let my rest be uninterrupted, deep and restorative. When morning comes, let me rise with a renewed sense of purpose, not because everything has changed, but because I have rested in the one who never changes. Until then, I remain here, sheltered, peaceful, and unafraid, allowing this night to carry me further into the quiet confidence of being fully yours. The quiet has grown deeper now, Father, the kind of quiet that feels alive rather than empty. It is no longer just the absence of noise, but the presence of something holy. I sense how my soul has slowed to match the gentle rhythm of your nearness. This is the place I long for, the place where I do not have to strive to hear you, because you are already speaking in ways that go beyond words. Here, even silence feels like communication, and rest feels like obedience. I remain before you, not drifting away, not closing myself off, but leaning inward, attentive, receptive, surrendered. Lord, in this stillness, I realize how much of my life has been lived bracing myself, preparing for impact, expecting something to go wrong. Even when things are good, part of me has stayed tense, waiting for the moment it might all fall apart. Tonight, I bring that habit to you. I lay down the posture of self-protection and replace it with trust. I do not need to guard myself when you are guarding me. I do not need to stay alert for danger when you are my shield. Let my nervous system learn what my spirit already knows, that I am safe here, truly safe. I open my hands before you, not physically, but inwardly, releasing expectations I placed on myself and others, expectations that were never spoken, yet silently demanded, expectations that stole my peace when they were unmet. I let them fall away now. I am not disappointed in you, Lord, and you are not disappointed in me. What a relief it is to rest in that truth. Let it soak into the deepest layers of my being until even my subconscious stops trying to earn what you freely give. Father, as the night continues, I invite you to search my heart gently, not to accuse, not to shame, but to heal. Bring to the surface anything that needs your touch. Anything I have buried because I did not know what to do with it. I trust you with it now. I trust that whatever you reveal, you also redeem. Whatever you expose, you cover with grace. Whatever you name, you heal with love. There is no fear in being fully known by you, because your knowledge is always paired with compassion. I remember how your word says, like in Psalm 23, that you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Even now, as I rest, I sense that truth unfolding. The things that once threatened my peace no longer have authority over me. Anxiety, regret, fear, shame, and uncertainty may still exist in the world, but they do not get to dictate my rest tonight. You invite me to sit, to receive, to be nourished by your presence, even while unresolved things linger nearby. This is not denial. This is trust. Lord, I receive the anointing of peace you offer. Let it flow over my thoughts, quieting every argument in my mind. Let it soften my emotions, easing the sharp edges left by stress and disappointment. Let it reach my body, releasing tension I did not even realize I was holding. You care about all of me, not just my spirit. You designed my body to rest, my mind to pause, my soul to breathe. Tonight, I honor that design by surrendering fully into your care. As I lie here, I become aware of how gentle you are. You do not rush me into sleep. You do not force me into stillness. You simply remain present, allowing rest to come naturally as trust deepens. This kindness undoes me more than any dramatic gesture ever could. Your gentleness teaches me that I do not need to be afraid of letting go, that nothing bad happens when I stop holding everything together, that the world does not collapse when I rest. Instead, something sacred happens. I am restored. Father, I think of the words in Psalm 91 that say 1,000 may fall at my side and 10,000 at my right hand, but it will not come near me. I do not interpret this as arrogance or immunity from hardship, but as assurance of your covering, whatever chaos may exist around me. Whatever uncertainty fills the world, I am not unprotected. I am not exposed. I am not forgotten. Your faithfulness is not fragile. It does not depend on circumstances remaining calm. It stands firm even when everything else shakes. Let this truth reshape how I experience the night. Let darkness no longer be associated with fear or vulnerability, but with rest and trust. Let the quiet hours become sacred space, not something to endure, but something to welcome. Teach my heart that nighttime is not when threats increase, but when surrender deepens. That sleep is not a loss of control, but an act of faith. Each time I drift further into rest, I am silently declaring that you are God, and I am not. Lord, I bring before you the parts of my life that still feel unresolved, relationships that are strained, decisions that weigh on me, paths that remain unclear. I acknowledge them without trying to solve them right now. I place them gently into your hands, trusting that you will address each one in your perfect timing. I do not need to rehearse conversations or anticipate outcomes tonight. I release the urge to figure everything out. I choose to believe that clarity will come when it is needed. And rest is what is needed now. As sleep approaches more closely, I feel my thoughts becoming less linear, less demanding. Memories drift through my mind like clouds, no longer heavy, no longer charged. I let them pass without grabbing hold. I do not analyze. I do not judge. I simply observe and release. This, too, is a gift from you. A mind that knows how to let go. A heart that knows how to trust. A soul that knows where it belongs. Father, I ask that you guard my heart from every lie that has tried to define me. Lies that say I am behind, that I am failing, that I am not enough. In your presence, those lies lose their voice. Replace them with your truth. spoken softly but firmly. Remind me that I am loved, chosen, and held, that my worth is not measured by productivity, success, or approval. It is established by you alone, unchanging and secure. I feel gratitude rising within me now. Quiet but steady. Gratitude for breath. Gratitude for rest. Gratitude for the simple miracle of being alive and known by you. Even in seasons of uncertainty, there is so much to be thankful for. Let this gratitude become the last conscious emotion I feel before sleep. Let it anchor me in peace and open my heart to deeper rest. Lord, if there are tears behind my eyes that I have not allowed myself to cry, I give them permission now. Tears do not scare you. They do not make me weak. They are a form of prayer when words fall short. If they come, let them cleanse, not overwhelm. If they do not, let that be okay too. There is no right way to rest before you. Only honesty, and tonight, honesty feels safe. As my awareness softens further, I ask you to sanctify my sleep. Let it be uninterrupted and deep. Let my body repair itself. Let my mind reset. Let my soul be refreshed in ways I may not even consciously notice. Do what only you can do in the hidden hours of the night. Restore what was drained. Heal what was strained. Renew what felt worn thin. If I stir in the night, Father, let me not wake to fear. Let me wake to awareness of you. Even a brief awakening can become a moment of communion. A quiet reminder that you are still here, still watching, still faithful. And if I sleep through the night without stirring, let that too be an expression of trust. A silent prayer of surrender offered through rest. I remain here now, hovering at the edge of sleep, wrapped in your presence. There is nothing else I need to do. Nothing else I need to say. You have heard everything, even what was never spoken aloud. You are holding me, carrying me, and I allow myself to drift fully into that truth, confident that this night, like every moment of my life, is safely held within your loving care. The night continues to cradle this moment, Father. And I feel myself sinking even more deeply into the awareness of you. It is no longer effort that keeps me here, but grace. I am held in a gentle current of peace that does not rush and does not resist. Time feels different now, stretched and softened, as if heaven itself has leaned close to listen. I remain present, not clinging to wakefulness, not afraid of sleep, but resting in the space between, where your voice reaches places words cannot. Lord, I sense how much you delight in stillness, not because you demand silence, but because silence allows us to hear what noise has drowned out. In this stillness, I notice how loved I feel without explanation. There is no argument in my mind, no defense rising in my heart. Your love simply is. It surrounds me without conditions, without urgency, without threat of withdrawal. I rest in that love now, letting it teach me what safety truly feels like. As the hours move forward, I realize how rarely I have allowed myself to feel completely at ease. Even joy has sometimes been guarded, waiting for something to spoil it. But tonight, you invite me into unguarded peace, a peace that does not depend on tomorrow's certainty or yesterday's success. A peace rooted only in who you are. I allow myself to receive it fully, without suspicion, without reservation. Father, I bring to you the places where my faith has been quiet but tired, the prayers I whispered without confidence, the hopes I carried that felt heavy instead of light. You are not offended by my weariness. You do not measure my faith by volume or intensity. You see the small flame that has continued to burn even when winds were strong, and you protect it. Tonight, you do not ask me to believe harder, you ask me to rest closer. I think of how it is written in Psalm 23 that your rod and your staff comfort me. Even now, as I rest, that comfort is real. Your guidance is not harsh. Your correction is not cruel. Everything you do is shaped by love. Even the boundaries you place are meant to protect. not restrict. Knowing this allows me to trust you more deeply. I do not fear being led by you. I welcome it. I welcome your direction, even when I do not fully understand it yet. Lord, I become aware of how you have carried me through things I once thought would break me. Nights when sleep felt impossible, days when hope felt thin, moments when I questioned whether you were near. And yet, here I am, still breathing, still believing, still resting in you. This realization humbles me. It reminds me that your faithfulness has never depended on my consistency. You have always been steady, even when I was not. As my body relaxes further, I feel the natural heaviness of sleep drawing closer. My limbs feel warm and loose. My jaw unclenches. My breathing becomes slower, deeper. This physical rest feels like agreement with my spirit. Agreement that it is safe to let go, safe to sink into unconsciousness, safe to trust you with even the parts of me that sleep cannot guard. Father, I place my identity in you tonight, not in what I do, not in how others see me, not in what I have accomplished or failed to accomplish. I am yours. That is enough. Let this truth anchor me so deeply that it remains with me even when I wake. Let it be the foundation from which I live, not just the comfort I return to at night. I remember how Psalm 91 speaks of you being my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Fortress implies strength, but refuge implies welcome. You are both. You are strong enough to defend me and gentle enough to receive me. This balance amazes me. You are never overwhelmed by my need, and never indifferent to it either. Tonight, I choose to lean fully into that refuge, to stop standing at the door, and to rest inside. Lord, if there are words you want to speak into my life, let them come softly. I do not need revelation that startles me awake. I trust that what I need will come in the right time and the right way. If you choose to speak through peace rather than words, I receive that gladly. Peace itself is a message. It tells me that I am secure, that I am seen, that I am held. I surrender my imagination to you now. The images that sometimes fuel anxiety, the scenarios that play out without permission. I place them under your authority. Let my imagination become a place of hope instead of fear. Let it reflect your promises rather than my worries. Even in sleep, guard my mind. Shape my dreams with truth. Let them be gentle and light, free from heaviness or disturbance. Father, I bring before you those I love. As I rest, I lift them to you silently. Cover them with the same peace you are giving me now. Protect them. Guide them. Meet them where they are tonight. Whether they are awake or asleep, whether they are near or far, hold them in your care. It comforts me to know that I do not have to stay awake to intercede. You hear my heart even when my words fade. I also bring before you those who have hurt me, intentionally or unintentionally. Tonight, I release them from the grip of resentment. Not because what happened did not matter, but because I do not want to carry it into my rest. I place justice in your hands. I place healing in your hands. I choose freedom. I choose peace. I choose to sleep without bitterness weighing on my chest. As my consciousness softens, I notice how your presence feels like warmth rather than light now. A steady, comforting warmth that spreads slowly, easing every place that was tense. This warmth does not demand attention. It simply remains. It reassures me that even when I am no longer aware, you will still be here. This thought allows me to let go even more. Lord, I thank you for this night, not because it is extraordinary, but because it is sacred. Sacred because you are here. Sacred because rest is happening. Sacred because trust is growing. Thank you for inviting me into this kind of prayer, one that does not exhaust but restores, one that does not strive but surrenders. If there is any fear left in me about tomorrow, I place it before you now. Tomorrow belongs to you. Its challenges, its conversations, its unknowns, All rest within your sovereignty. I do not need to preview them tonight. I give myself permission to encounter tomorrow fresh, with strength that comes from rest, not from worry. Father, I feel myself slipping gently towards sleep now. My thoughts are no longer forming full sentences. My awareness drifts in and out like waves against the shore. In this place, I trust you completely. I do not need to hold on to this prayer with effort. Even as words fade, communion remains. You are with me. You will not leave. Let my final waking awareness be gratitude. Gratitude for your nearness. Gratitude for your protection. Gratitude for your unfailing love. And as I cross fully into sleep, let my soul continue to rest in you, confident that nothing in this night can separate me from your care, and that I am safe, secure, and deeply loved, resting in the quiet strength of your presence. The depth of rest grows even richer now. Father, as if my soul has settled into a deeper layer of quiet than I have known before, I am aware only in fragments, drifting gently. Yet even in this softened state, I know you are here. Your presence does not fade when my awareness does. It becomes more constant, more foundational, like the earth beneath the surface of the sea. I do not need to stay awake to keep this connection alive. It is sustained by you, not by my attention. Lord, there is something sacred about this surrender, about allowing myself to be carried instead of walking. I sense how you invite me to trust you not only with my conscious thoughts, but with my unconscious ones too, with the parts of me that cannot articulate prayers, the parts that only know how to rest or ache or hope quietly. You understand those parts perfectly. You formed them. You guard them now. In this gentle drifting, I realize how much I have associated rest with vulnerability, as if letting down my guard means inviting harm. But here, in your presence, rest feels like strength. It feels like alignment with truth. It feels like returning to the way things were meant to be. You never designed me to be vigilant at all times. You designed me to trust you. Tonight, I am relearning that design. Father, I bring before you the hidden fears that surface only at night. Fears that do not always have names. A vague sense of unease. A quiet worry about being forgotten, falling behind, or not becoming who I was meant to be. I do not analyze these fears now. I simply offer them to you. You do not demand that I understand them before you heal them. You meet me right where I am. Your word echoes gently in my spirit, reminding me, as it is said in Psalm 4, that in peace I will lie down and sleep. For you alone, Lord, make me dwell in safety. This truth feels deeply personal now. Safety is not something I have to create or maintain. It is something you provide. Even alone in this room, even in the quiet hours, I am not unprotected. You alone make me dwell in safety, not my preparation, not my awareness, not my strength. You, Lord, I let that truth settle into my body, into my chest, into my stomach, into my breath. Let every cell of me learn that it is safe to relax, safe to soften, safe to sleep. Let the reflex to tense slowly unwind. Let my body experience rest not as collapse, but as renewal. As time becomes less distinct, I sense your patience with me. You are not rushing me into deeper sleep. You are not urging me forward. You are content to remain with me in this slow descent. This teaches me something about your nature. You are not anxious. You are not in a hurry. You are fully present in every moment, even the ones that feel unproductive to me. Rest, too, is holy to you. Father, I think of how often I have judged myself for being tired, as if fatigue were a moral failure. Tonight, you correct that lie gently. You remind me that even you rested. That rest is not a sign of weakness, but of wisdom. You remind me that caring for my body and soul honors the life you have given me. I receive that correction with gratitude, letting go of shame around my need for rest. I feel my heart grow quieter now, not because emotions are gone, but because they are settled. There is no urgency in them, no demand, just a quiet presence, like embers glowing softly. This emotional rest feels unfamiliar but welcome. I do not need to stir the embers tonight. I let them be. I trust you to tend to them in your time. Lord, I invite you to heal the places where my sleep has been restless in the past, the nights filled with racing thoughts, the sudden awakenings with no clear reason, the sense of being on edge even while lying still. I place all of that history into your hands. Tonight does not have to be shaped by yesterday. You are doing something new even now, retraining my body and mind to associate night with peace rather than struggle. Your presence feels like a gentle boundary around my rest. Nothing intrusive is allowed here. No memory enters without your permission. No thought gains momentum without your consent. This boundary is not rigid or fearful. It is calm and assured, like walls built not to imprison, but to protect. Within these walls, my soul rests freely. Father, I surrender my sense of worth to you again. I let go of the idea that tomorrow's success determines today's value. I let go of measuring myself by comparison. Tonight, I am valuable simply because I exist and because you love me. Let this truth sink into me so deeply that it shapes how I wake, how I speak, how I live. I recall how it is written in Psalm 121 that you will neither slumber nor sleep. This thought brings comfort rather than pressure. I do not need to stay awake because you do. I do not need to watch because you are watching. While I sleep, you remain attentive. While my consciousness fades, yours does not. This allows me to rest fully, knowing that nothing is unattended. Lord, I feel the edges of my awareness blur now. Thoughts appear and dissolve without effort. I do not hold on to them. I let them pass. Even this feels like cooperation with your spirit, a willingness to not control every mental movement, a trust that silence is not emptiness, but communion beyond words. If there are any spiritual burdens I have carried unknowingly, I ask you to lift them now. Burdens of responsibility that were never mine, burdens of guilt that you have already forgiven, burdens of expectation that were placed on me by others or by myself. I release them without ceremony. I simply let them go. You take them willingly. Father, I thank you for how near you feel in this moment, nearer than my own thoughts, nearer than my breath. This nearness does not overwhelm me. It soothes me. It reassures me that I am not drifting into nothingness as I sleep, but into your care. Sleep is not separation from you. It is deeper trust in you. I place my mind in your hands now. Shape it as I rest. Renew it quietly. Align it gently. Remove patterns that no longer serve life. Strengthen patterns that reflect truth. I do not need to be aware of this process for it to work. I trust you to work even in hidden ways. Lord, if my dreams come, let them be light. Let them carry hints of hope. Let them not trouble my spirit. And if there are no dreams I remember, let that be peace too. Whether my sleep is filled with images or emptiness, let it be filled with you. I sense myself crossing further into sleep now. Words are harder to form. Thoughts are softer. Yet my spirit remains at rest, anchored in you. This prayer does not end abruptly. It simply dissolves into trust, into silence, into rest. Thank you, Father, for staying with me as I let go. Thank you for being the God who does not withdraw when I stop speaking. Thank you for holding me through the night, through every breath, through every unseen moment. I sleep now, not away from you, but within you, covered by your faithfulness, surrounded by your peace, and secure in the quiet certainty that I am deeply, eternally held. The night has wrapped itself fully around this moment now, Father, and I am scarcely aware of time passing. What remains is not effort, not thought, but a gentle awareness that you are still here, unwavering, constant, attentive. Even as consciousness loosens its grip, my soul stays anchored in you. This is not drifting into emptiness. This is drifting into trust, into the kind of rest that feels older than words, deeper than reasoning, and stronger than fear. Lord, I sense that you are doing a quiet work now, one that does not require my participation or understanding. It is enough that I am here, that I have yielded. You are rearranging what has been disordered, soothing what has been overstimulated, repairing what has been strained. I do not interrupt you with questions. I do not hurry the process. I simply remain available, even as sleep begins to claim more of me. There is a tenderness in this moment that humbles me. You are not dramatic in your care. You are faithful. You are steady. You are precise. You know exactly how much rest I need, exactly how deep it must go, exactly what layers must be reached tonight. Nothing is random with you. Even my breathing feels guided, slowing into a rhythm that feels safe and familiar, as if my body remembers you even when my mind fades. Father, I reflect dimly on how much of my life has been shaped by noise. Expectations spoken and unspoken, opinions, comparisons, urgencies, even good things have sometimes become loud, pulling my attention in too many directions. But here, in the quiet of the night, those voices lose their authority. They do not follow me into this place. Only your voice remains, and even it does not demand words. It speaks peace simply by being near. I feel the last traces of resistance dissolve now. Resistance to rest. Resistance to trust. Resistance to admitting how much I need you. There is no shame in this need. There never was. You have always known it. You have always welcomed it. Tonight, I stop pretending to be self-sufficient. I stop holding myself upright when I am meant to lie down. I let myself be carried. Lord, I sense you inviting me to believe something deeper than reassurance. You invite me to believe that rest itself is an expression of faith, that when I sleep, I am not disengaging from life, but entrusting it to you. I am declaring without words that you are capable, that you are present, that you are enough. This understanding settles into me gently, dissolving old guilt around stopping, around pausing, around not producing. Your word comes to mind softly, like a memory rather than a quotation. How it is said in Isaiah 26, that you keep in perfect peace the one whose mind is stayed on you, because they trust in you. This peace does not feel fragile. It does not flicker. It feels complete, whole, settled. My mind does not strain to stay fixed on you. It rests there naturally, like something that has finally found its proper place. Father, I allow this peace to guard the threshold between waking and sleeping. Let no intrusive thought cross it. Let no old pattern reclaim ground. This threshold is holy ground tonight, marked not by effort, but by surrender. I step across it slowly, confidently, knowing you are on both sides. There is nowhere I go where you are not already present. As my awareness dims further, I realize that even now, you are teaching me something about dependence, that I do not need to be strong all the time, that I do not need to anticipate every need or danger, that there is wisdom in resting when you say it is time to rest. This wisdom does not announce itself loudly. It settles quietly, like dew, changing things without drawing attention. Lord, I give you permission to continue this work beyond my awareness. Continue it in the deepest places of my being, places shaped by childhood experiences, by long seasons, by silent disappointments, places I cannot reach with logic or effort. You can reach them. You do reach them, even now, especially now. I feel my body grow heavier, but my spirit feels light. This contrast tells me I am resting correctly. My muscles soften, my breathing deepens, my heartbeat steadies. Nothing in me is bracing anymore. Nothing is on alert. This physical rest feels like agreement with heaven. like alignment, like harmony restored. Father, I remember how your Son invited the weary to come to him, promising rest for their souls, as it is spoken in Matthew 11, where he calls those who labor and are heavy laden to come and receive rest. Tonight, I answer that invitation fully. I do not come halfway. I do not stand at a distance. I come all the way into rest, not striving to be lighter, but allowing you to carry the weight. This rest does not erase responsibility. It reframes it. It places it back into proper order. I am not the center holding everything together. You are. My role is not to manage the universe, but to trust the one who does. This realization settles into me like a truth I have always known but rarely practiced. Tonight, I practice it fully. Lord, I let go of any fear that sleep will make me vulnerable. I let go of the belief that vigilance keeps me safe. You are my safety. You are my guard. You are my keeper. I do not lose ground by resting. I gain strength. I gain clarity. I gain peace. I sense now that words are becoming less necessary. Thoughts are thinning, like mist lifting. What remains is awareness without language, trust without argument, rest without effort. This is not emptiness. It is fullness beyond description. You are here in it, filling the space where words once were. Father, if there is anything in me that still resists your care, soften it now. If there is any part of me that still believes I must earn rest, correct it gently. Let my very sleep testify that I belong to you, that I am safe, that I am held as I move fully into sleep. I do not say goodbye to you. There is no separation, only transition from conscious trust to unconscious trust, from spoken prayer to embodied faith. You remain constant through it all. Thank you for being the God who meets me here, not only in strength, but in surrender, not only in clarity, but in quiet, not only in waking moments, but in sleep itself. I rest now, deeply, freely, without fear, knowing that this night is wrapped in your presence, and that I am surrounded, sustained, and loved beyond measure, held securely as I sleep within the peace you give. The stillness has become complete now. Father, like a deep ocean with no surface disturbance, and within it I sense your faithfulness continuing without interruption. There is no sharp line between prayer and rest anymore. They have merged into one gentle movement of trust. Even as thoughts become fewer and softer, my soul remains attentive in a way that does not require effort. This is the kind of attentiveness that comes only when fear has loosened its grip and love has taken its place. Lord, I feel how you remain steady while everything in me grows quiet. You are not dependent on my awareness to be present. You are not diminished by my sleep. If anything, you seem closer now, as if the layers that once distracted me have fallen away. I am no longer performing closeness or reaching for connection. I am simply resting inside it. This teaches me something profound about you, that your presence is not something I summon, but something I enter. Father, in this deep quiet, I become aware of how often I have lived as though peace were fragile, as though it might shatter if I stopped paying attention. Tonight, you show me that true peace is resilient. It does not depend on constant monitoring. It does not evaporate when consciousness fades. It remains rooted in you. I let this truth reshape my understanding of safety, of rest, of trust. As my body continues to sink into sleep, I sense you inviting my soul even deeper, not into darkness, but into rest that is rich and full. There is no fear here, no edge, no urgency, just a sense of being carried forward by something infinitely kind. I no longer try to name this experience. I simply allow it to be. Words feel unnecessary. Explanation feels excessive. Presence is enough. Lord, I bring before you, even now, the parts of me that I did not know were tired, the subtle exhaustion that accumulates when I am strong for too long, the quiet fatigue that comes from caring deeply, from hoping repeatedly, from waiting patiently. You see it all. You respond not with demand, but with gentleness. You do not ask me to push through. You invite me to lie down. Your word rises softly within me, not sharply, but like a remembered melody. How it is said in Lamentations that your mercies are new every morning, and your faithfulness is great. Even now, in the heart of the night, that faithfulness is active. It does not wait for dawn to begin again. It is already at work, renewing me in ways I cannot see or measure. This reassures me deeply. Restoration is not postponed. It is happening now. Father, I allow myself to trust that tomorrow does not need to be managed tonight. That whatever strength I will need will be given when it is needed. That clarity will come at the right time. I release the impulse to prepare emotionally for things that have not yet arrived. Preparation without peace is not wisdom. Tonight, wisdom looks like rest. As sleep takes me further, I feel the edges of identity soften, not disappear, but relax. I am no longer defining myself by roles or responsibilities. I am simply your child, resting. This simplicity feels healing. It reminds me that before I ever did anything, before I achieved or failed or tried, I was already yours. That truth does not change with time or circumstance. It remains steady, like you. Lord, I sense that you are guarding not only my body, but my inner world, guarding my memories, my emotions, my subconscious. Even things I cannot articulate are safe with you. There is no corner of my being that you overlook, no part of me that is unattended. This comprehensive care allows me to surrender more completely than I ever have before. I feel gratitude again, quiet but deep, for the way you do not rush healing. You do not demand immediate transformation. You work patiently, layer by layer, moment by moment. Even sleep becomes a tool in your hands, a sacred space where you restore what waking effort cannot reach. I trust this process, even without seeing its results yet. Father, I think of how your Son spoke of peace in John 14, promising a peace not as the world gives. This peace feels like that. It is not fragile or conditional. It does not depend on circumstances aligning perfectly. It exists even now, in the unknown, in the unresolved, in the quiet darkness of night. I receive this peace fully, letting it settle into the deepest parts of me. As my awareness dims further, I notice how my breathing has become slow and steady, almost effortless. Each breath feels like agreement with you. Agreement that it is safe to be here. Safe to let go. Safe to trust. I no longer track time. I no longer follow thoughts. I simply remain held within your care. Lord, if there are wounds in me that words have never touched, reach them now. If there are fears buried so deep I have forgotten their origin, soothe them now. If there are hopes I have quietly set aside to protect myself from disappointment, hold them gently now. You do not force them open. You cradle them. You are kind with what is fragile. I feel the final pull of sleep now, strong but gentle, like being drawn into something familiar and safe. There is no resistance left in me, no reason to stay alert. I trust you completely. Even this transition feels guided, as though you are leading me from one safe place into another. Father, I do not mark this moment with finality. There is no end here, only continuation. Your presence does not pause when my consciousness does. Your care does not diminish. You remain faithful through every breath, every heartbeat, every unseen hour of this night. Thank you for meeting me in this depth. Thank you for staying when words faded. Thank you for holding me when I could no longer hold myself. I rest now, fully, deeply, without fear, wrapped in the quiet assurance of your love, confident that I am safe, restored, and kept as I sleep, secure in the unbroken peace of being forever within your hands. The night remains gentle and unbroken. Father, and I feel myself resting so deeply now that even the idea of effort feels distant. What once felt like letting go now feels like belonging. I am not floating without direction. I am being held with intention. Your presence is not something I am trying to keep close anymore. It is the atmosphere around me. Steady and sure, like the quiet certainty that morning will come even when the sky is still dark. Lord, there is a holy simplicity in this moment. No agenda, no performance, no need to be insightful or articulate. I am simply here, and you are simply you. This is enough. It has always been enough. I sense how much of my life has been spent trying to become worthy of peace, when peace was always meant to be received, not achieved. Tonight, that striving finally loosens its grip. As I rest, I feel you tending to the deeper layers of my heart, the ones shaped over years, not days, patterns formed in childhood, beliefs absorbed quietly over time, assumptions about who I must be to be safe or loved. You do not tear these out abruptly. You gently loosen what no longer serves truth. You replace lies with light, not through argument, but through presence. Your presence teaches my soul what is real. Father, I sense that you are inviting me to trust you not only with my fears, but with my joys, to believe that happiness does not need to be guarded as tightly as I have guarded it, that joy is not something to ration in case it runs out, that good things are not traps. This realization feels subtle, but profound. It allows my heart to open wider. Even in rest, even in sleep, the quiet continues, and within it I become aware of how deeply you know me. You know which memories still carry weight. You know which words still echo when everything else goes silent. You know which hopes I have barely dared to name. None of this overwhelms you. None of it surprises you. You meet me here not with solutions, but with companionship. And that companionship is healing in itself. Lord, I recall how it is written in Psalm 127 that unless you watch over the city, the watchman stays awake in vain. This truth settles into me like a permission slip for rest. I do not need to be the watchman tonight. I do not need to stay alert to prove responsibility. You are watching. You are guarding. My sleep is not negligence. It is trust aligned with truth. As my body continues to rest, I feel a sense of being reset, as if the constant background hum of stress has been gently turned down. Muscles soften. Breathing deepens. Even my thoughts feel less personal, less urgent, drifting by without demanding engagement. This is not numbness. It is peace reclaiming its rightful place. Father, I surrender the way I speak to myself when no one else is listening, the inner commentary that has sometimes been harsh or impatient. Tonight, I let your voice replace mine. Let kindness become the dominant tone in my inner world. Let grace speak louder than criticism. Let truth speak louder than fear. Even as I sleep, let this shift continue. I sense you reminding me that I am allowed to be unfinished. That growth is not a race. That becoming is a process, not a deadline. I do not need to arrive tonight. I only need to rest in the one who is already complete. This thought lifts a quiet burden I did not realize I was carrying. I feel lighter because of it. Lord, I place my sense of identity even deeper into your hands. Not only who I am, but who I am becoming. I trust you with the future version of me, with the lessons I have yet to learn, with the healing I have yet to experience. I do not need to rush transformation. You are patient, and your timing is wise. Your word stirs gently again, reminding me, as it is said in Psalm 62, that my soul finds rest in you alone. This rest feels exclusive in the best way, not because other things are bad, but because nothing else can offer what you do. Not distraction, not achievement, not even understanding. Only you reach this depth. Only you quiet my soul this completely. Father, I notice how my trust has shifted tonight. It is no longer something I am actively choosing. It has become the default posture of my heart. This feels like fruit, not effort, evidence that something real has happened in this prayer. Something deeper than emotion, I am grateful for this change, even if I cannot fully articulate it. As sleep carries me further, I sense you guarding the threshold of my dreams, protecting my inner world from disturbance. Let my mind wander only where it is safe. Let my dreams, if they come, be gentle reflections of hope or simply empty spaces of rest. Either is a gift. I receive both without expectation. Lord, I bring before you the silent prayers of my past, the ones I prayed long ago and stopped thinking about, the ones that felt unanswered, the ones I was afraid to pray again. I do not ask for explanations tonight. I simply place them back into your hands, trusting that nothing entrusted to you is ever wasted. Even waiting is held within your faithfulness. I feel now how little control I have, and how freeing that truth is. Control once felt like safety. Now it feels like weight. Trust feels lighter. Trust feels truer. I let go of the illusion that I must manage outcomes to survive. I rest in the reality that you are sovereign and good. Father, I sense that you are smiling over me, not because I have done something right, but because I am resting, because I am finally allowing myself to be cared for. This sense of delight heals something tender in me. It reminds me that I am not a burden to you. I am wanted, welcomed, enjoyed. Your word returns once more, quietly, reminding me of what is said in Zephaniah, that you rejoice over your people with singing and quiet them with your love. That image fills this moment. You quiet me not with force, but with love. You do not shout me into silence. You sing me into peace. This thought lingers like a lullaby in my soul. As I drift deeper into sleep, I feel no need to mark the moment, no need to hold on to consciousness. Everything important has already been entrusted to you. My past, my present, my future. My waking, my sleeping, all of it rests within your care. Father, if my body shifts in the night, let it return easily to rest. If my mind stirs briefly, let it settle quickly. Let this night be uninterrupted. Not because I deserve it, but because you are kind. Let the hours pass gently, each one wrapped in your presence. I no longer measure this prayer by words or length. It has become something else entirely. A dwelling, a resting place, a quiet agreement between my soul and yours. I remain here, even as I sleep, not separate from you, not distant, but deeply, securely held. Thank you for being the God who meets me beyond awareness. Thank you for being faithful when I am quiet. Thank you for being my peace, my shelter, my rest. I sleep now within that truth, confident and unafraid, knowing that this night, like every moment, is safely contained within your unending love. The night breathes steadily now, Father, and I feel myself resting so deeply that even the sense of being held has become natural, unquestioned, like gravity itself. There is no longer a contrast between tension and release. Only peace remains, settled and unchallenged. I am aware, in a soft and distant way, that this peace is not something I created. It is something I entered, something you opened and invited me into, patiently, lovingly, without force. Lord, I sense how you continue to work in the quiet places where effort cannot reach. This is not the kind of work that demands attention or recognition. It is hidden, precise, and deeply personal. You are realigning what has been misaligned, restoring balance where imbalance once lived, whispering truth into places that have only known noise. I do not see it happening, yet I trust it completely. Your work does not require my supervision. As my soul rests, I become aware of how much of my life has been lived in response rather than rest. Responding to needs, responding to expectations, responding to pressure. Even when I tried to rest, part of me remained alert, ready to respond again. Tonight, that reflex is quieted. I am not on call. I am not required. I am simply yours, and that is enough. Father, I let you tend to my inner pace, slow what has been hurried. Soften what has been sharp. Calm what has been overstimulated. Teach my soul that it does not need to move faster than grace, that it does not need to anticipate what you will handle, that it does not need to brace for what you already see. Let this slower rhythm become familiar to me, so that I may carry it into my waking life. I sense you inviting me to trust not only your protection, but your wisdom, to believe that you know when to speak and when to remain silent, when to act and when to wait, when to lead forward and when to ask me to lie down. I release my habit of interpreting stillness as absence. Tonight, stillness is full of you. Your word settles gently into my spirit again, reminding me how it is said in Proverbs 3 that I can trust in you with all my heart and not lean on my own understanding, and that you will make my path straight. Tonight, trusting you does not look like planning. It looks like resting. It looks like releasing the need to understand. It looks like allowing you to guide even when I'm asleep. This kind of trust feels deep and unforced. Father, I become aware of how you are not only guarding me from harm, but guiding me toward wholeness. Protection is not just about keeping danger away. It is about creating space for healing to happen. In this protected space of night, you allow my soul to knit itself back together, not hurriedly, not dramatically, gently, patiently, completely. I feel a quiet sense of belonging now, not just to you, but within myself, as if scattered pieces are returning home. There is no urgency in this process, no demand, just a steady gathering. I do not interrupt it. I do not analyze it. I let it unfold under your care. Lord, I surrender the way I measure time, the pressure of days, the weight of deadlines, the anxiety of falling behind. Time in your hands feels different. It is not an enemy to outrun. It is a gift to receive. Tonight, time stretches kindly, allowing rest to deepen without interruption. I let myself be carried by this gentler sense of time. I sense that you are teaching my heart to feel safe without explanation, safe without constant reassurance, safe without evidence. This safety is rooted in who you are, not in what I can see or predict. It does not demand proof. It rests in relationship. This kind of safety feels stable and enduring. Father, I bring before you the parts of me that have learned to expect disappointment, the quiet skepticism that sometimes guards my hope. You do not scold this part of me. You sit with it. You show it patience. You allow trust to grow again slowly, naturally, without pressure, even in sleep. This healing continues. Your word comes again, softly, reminding me of what is written in Psalm 46, that you are my refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble, and that I can be still and know that you are God. This stillness feels like obedience now, not because it is commanded, but because it is right, because it aligns my soul with truth, because it allows me to know you not through striving, but through rest. Father, I sense that you are guarding my future tonight, not by revealing it, but by preparing me for it, by strengthening my trust, by deepening my peace, by rooting my identity more firmly in you. Whatever tomorrow holds, I will meet it from a place of rest, not depletion, from trust, not anxiety, from clarity, not confusion. As my sleep deepens further, I feel no need to hold on to awareness. Nothing important depends on it. Everything important has already been placed into your hands. My body rests fully. My mind drifts gently. My soul remains anchored. This alignment feels complete. Lord, I thank you for the way you honor rest, for the way you meet me here, not with demands, but with presence, for the way you restore without spectacle, for the way you remain faithful in moments no one sees. This night is sacred not because of what I do, but because of who you are. If my dreams come, let them be shaped by peace. If my sleep is deep and dreamless, let that too be healing. Either way, let my rest be uninterrupted and whole. Let the hours pass quietly, each one wrapped in your care. Father, I sense the fullness of surrender now. There is nothing left to release, nothing left to manage, nothing left to explain. Only trust remains. Simple, steady, enough. I sleep now without fear, without striving, without resistance. I sleep within your presence, surrounded by your faithfulness, held by your love, confident that you are working even as I rest. This night belongs to you, and so do I, safe, at peace, and deeply, unshakably held. The night carries on quietly. Father, and I remain at rest within you, no longer aware of beginnings or endings, only of continuity. This peace feels like a gentle river that does not stop flowing when I stop watching it. I am aware, in a deep and settled way, that you are sustaining this rest. I am not holding it in place, you are. Even now, as awareness thins and returns in soft waves, you remain constant, faithful, and near. Lord, I sense how you are teaching my soul to trust your constancy rather than my consistency. I have often believed that my closeness to you depended on my focus, my discipline, my effort. But here, in the depth of night, you show me something truer. You are close because you choose to be. You remain because you are faithful. Nothing about my drifting awareness changes your commitment to me. This truth settles into me like a foundation stone, steady and immovable. As I rest, I become aware of how much of my life has been shaped by self-correction, adjusting, improving, fixing. Even in spiritual things, I have sometimes felt the quiet pressure to refine myself before coming fully to you. Tonight, that pressure dissolves. You do not ask me to arrive improved. You meet me as I am and restore me from there. This is not indulgence. This is grace, and grace feels like rest. Father, I allow you to speak into the deepest layers of my identity now. The layers that are formed not by conscious choice but by repeated experience. The places shaped by what was affirmed and what was neglected, by what was celebrated and what was ignored. You know these layers well. You do not rush to change them. You sit with them. You heal them patiently, replacing distortion with truth over time. I trust this slow work, even as I sleep. I feel a quiet assurance growing that I do not need to fear regression or loss, that the peace I feel now is not fragile. It is rooted in you, not in circumstance. Even when tomorrow brings activity, responsibility, or challenge, this peace does not disappear. It may recede from conscious awareness, but it remains available, waiting to be returned to. Knowing this removes a subtle fear I did not realize I carried, the fear that peace is temporary. In you, it is enduring. Lord, I sense you inviting me to release comparison completely, comparison with others, comparison with who I once was, comparison with who I think I should be by now. Tonight, I lay that habit down. It does not belong in rest. It does not belong in truth. You are not measuring me against anyone else. You are walking with me personally, attentively, lovingly. This realization brings relief, like setting down a weight I have carried without questioning it. Your word moves gently within me again, reminding me how it is written in Psalm 139 that even the darkness is not dark to you, and that the night shines like the day in your presence. This truth transforms how I feel about the night. Darkness is not a limitation for you. It is not a hiding place for fear. It is simply another environment where your presence remains complete. I rest easily knowing that nothing about this night obscures me from you. Father, I become aware that even my failures rest within your mercy. They are not excluded from this peace. They are not hovering nearby, waiting to accuse me when I wake. You have already addressed them. You have already covered them. Tonight, I stop rehearsing regret. I stop revisiting moments I wish I could change. I place them firmly in your hands, trusting that your redemption is more powerful than my mistakes. As my body remains deeply at rest, I sense you tending to emotional fatigue as well, the kind that comes from caring deeply, from carrying empathy, from holding space for others. This fatigue is often invisible, even to myself, yet you see it clearly. You respond with gentleness, not demand. You restore emotional strength quietly, without drawing attention. This restoration feels like warmth spreading slowly, evenly, without effort. Lord, I allow myself to receive your kindness without questioning it, without asking whether I deserve it, without bracing for it to be withdrawn. Your kindness is not a test. It is a reflection of who you are. Tonight, I receive it simply because you offer it. This acceptance feels like rest at a deeper level than sleep, rest at the level of the heart. I sense that you are aligning my inner world with truth now, where fear once exaggerated threats. You bring perspective. Where uncertainty once bred anxiety, you bring trust. Where silence once felt empty, you fill it with presence. This alignment is subtle but powerful. It changes not only how I rest, but how I will move when I wake. I trust you with this transformation. Father, I recall how it is written in Hebrews that I can come boldly to your throne of grace to receive mercy and find grace to help in time of need. Tonight, my need is rest, and you meet it fully. There is no hesitation in your response, no delay, no condition. Your grace flows freely, meeting me exactly where I am. Exactly as I am. As sleep continues to deepen, I sense a quiet joy beneath the stillness. Not excitement, not emotion, but a settled joy that comes from being in the right place. From knowing, without effort, that I belong. This joy does not demand expression, it simply exists, steady and reassuring like a low, constant light within. Lord, I entrust my thoughts for tomorrow to you, not their content, but their tone. Let them be grounded rather than frantic. Let them be clear rather than scattered. Let them be shaped by truth rather than fear. I trust you to influence even the way my mind functions when I wake. This trust allows me to rest more fully now. I also entrust my words to you, the conversations I will have, the responses I will need to give. I do not rehearse them tonight. I trust you to supply wisdom in the moment. I trust that rest now will make space for grace later. This belief quiets another layer of mental noise. Father, I feel no need to ask you to stay. You have never indicated that you might leave. Your presence is not conditional. It is covenantal. Even as I sleep, you remain. Even as awareness fades, you are faithful. This constancy is the deepest comfort I know. As the night continues its quiet passage, I sense my soul resting at the center of something unshakable. Circumstances may shift, emotions may rise and fall, but this center remains. You remain, and because you do, I am secure. Lord, I allow the final traces of self-monitoring to dissolve now. I am not checking whether I am resting correctly. I am not evaluating the depth of my peace. I simply rest. This simplicity feels like freedom. It feels like returning to something essential. Your word echoes one final time, gently, reminding me of what is said in Romans, that nothing can separate me from your love. Not waking, not sleeping, not present, not future, not anything in all creation. This truth wraps around me like a seal, complete and certain. I rest within it without question. Father, the night continues, and I remain at peace. There is no urgency, no fear, no striving, only trust, steady and quiet. I sleep within your presence, surrounded by your faithfulness, confident that every moment of this night is held securely in your care. I remain yours in rest as in waking, in silence as in prayer, in sleep as in awareness. You are my dwelling place, you are my peace, and in this unbroken trust, I continue to rest, deeply, safely, and completely, carried forward through the night within the calm and enduring love of your presence. The night remains unbroken, Father, and the stillness feels complete, as though the world itself has agreed to pause in reverence. I am no longer conscious of effort or intention. I am simply resting within what you are sustaining. This rest feels mature, settled, and assured, not like something fragile that could slip away, but like something rooted deeply, beyond disturbance. Even now, as moments pass without my noticing, I am aware that nothing essential is shifting. You are here. I am held. That is enough. Lord, I sense how you are continuing to teach me trust at a level deeper than emotion. Trust that does not fluctuate with feeling. Trust that does not need reassurance. Trust that exists quietly, like a foundation beneath a house, unseen but bearing everything. This kind of trust feels different from confidence. It is softer, humbler, and far more resilient. I receive it now as a gift, not something I achieved through effort. As my body remains fully at rest, I notice how my soul feels unburdened in a way that words cannot fully describe. It is not that problems have vanished, but that their weight has been transferred. I am no longer carrying them through the night. You are. This transfer feels complete, not temporary. I am not planning to take them back in the morning. I trust you with them beyond this moment. Father, I become aware that you are healing not only wounds, but habits of thought that were shaped by past pain, habits of anticipating loss, habits of guarding joy, habits of expecting disappointment. These habits are not removed forcefully. They are gently weakened by repeated exposure to your faithfulness. Even now, in sleep, this reformation continues. You are patient with the pace of my healing, and that patience allows me to rest without fear of failing the process. The quiet deepens further, and within it I sense your attentiveness, not watchful in a tense way, but attentive in a loving way. You are not scanning for danger. You are delighting in care. You are present not because something might go wrong, but because you choose to remain near. This distinction changes how I experience protection. It no longer feels like defense against threat, but companionship rooted in love. Lord, I allow myself to trust that my value does not diminish when I am inactive. That rest does not make me less useful or less worthy. In this stillness, I sense you affirming that my being matters more than my doing, that my worth is not suspended while I sleep. This truth feels deeply restorative, as though something inside me has been waiting a long time to hear it. Your word rises again within me, quietly, reminding me of what is said in Psalm 121, that you are my keeper, that you neither slumber nor sleep, and that you watch over my coming and going both now and forevermore. This promise does not make me feel small. It makes me feel secure. Knowing that you remain awake allows me to rest without reservation. I do not need to share the burden of vigilance. You have claimed it fully. Father, I sense you inviting me to release the fear of missing something important by resting, the fear that something essential might happen while I am unaware. You gently show me that nothing meant for me will bypass your care. Nothing necessary will be lost in my sleep. Rest does not cause me to fall behind. It positions me to receive what you have prepared. This understanding settles deeply, dissolving another layer of resistance. As the hours move quietly forward, I feel no pull toward anticipation. Morning is not rushing toward me. It will arrive in its time. Tonight is complete in itself. You are present in it fully. I allow myself to remain here, without leaning forward or backward, without replaying or rehearsing. This present rest feels full, not empty. Lord, I become aware of how gently you hold my identity. Not tightly, not possessively, but securely. You do not fear losing me. You are not anxious about my growth. You are confident in your work. This confidence invites me to relax even more. I do not need to rush maturity or understanding. I trust that you will complete what you have begun. I sense you guarding my inner narrative tonight. The story I tell myself about who I am, where I am going, and what my life means. Where that story has been shaped by fear or limitation, you are quietly rewriting it with truth. Not through dramatic revelation, but through repeated experience of safety. Even sleep becomes part of that story now, teaching me that I am safe enough to let go. Father, I surrender my sense of urgency completely. The feeling that time is running out, the belief that I must hurry to become, to achieve, to arrive. In your presence, urgency dissolves. There is no panic in you, no rush, only purpose unfolding at the right pace. I align myself with that pace now, allowing it to shape even my rest. Your word echoes softly again, reminding me of what is written in Ecclesiastes, that there is a time for everything under heaven. This night is a time for rest, and because you have appointed it, it is good. I do not resist what you have declared good. I receive it fully, without guilt or hesitation. Lord, I feel my heart resting in agreement with you now. Not questioning, not negotiating, simply agreeing. Agreeing that you are good, agreeing that I am safe, agreeing that rest is right. This agreement feels like alignment at the deepest level. Nothing in me is pulling away. As my sleep continues, I sense you protecting the continuity of this peace, not as something fragile, but as something rooted. Even when I wake, even when activity resumes, this peace will remain accessible. It will not be erased by noise or responsibility. It will remain as a place I can return to, because it is grounded in you, not in circumstance. Father, I thank you quietly for the way you honor the unseen hours, for the way you work without witnesses, for the way you restore without applause. This night is evidence that you are faithful even when no one is watching, including me. That knowledge deepens my trust beyond what words could do. I remain at rest now, not drifting away from you, but resting more fully within you. There is no sense of ending here, only continuation. Your care does not pause. Your presence does not fade. This night remains wrapped in your faithfulness. I sleep on, deeply and peacefully, carried by your constancy, surrounded by your protection, and grounded in the quiet certainty that you are my keeper, my refuge, and my dwelling place, now and always, through every unseen moment of this night, held securely in the enduring peace of your presence. The night has reached its deepest hour, Father, and yet it feels timeless, as though the moments have stretched into eternity. Each one filled with your presence. I am completely surrendered now, not only my body, but my mind, my heart, my spirit. Every fragment of me rests in you. There is no longer any struggle to stay awake, no need to chase peace or catch rest. Peace has found me, full and unshakable. I am aware, in a quiet and profound way, that this rest is not fleeting. It is anchored in you, who never changes, never wavers, and never sleeps. Lord, I reflect on how often I have approached the night with unease, carrying the weight of tomorrow, replaying moments of the day, or questioning whether I am truly safe in your hands. Tonight, all of that dissolves. I am reminded that you are my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Just as it is written in Psalm 91, you are not only my shelter from danger, but also my constant companion in every unseen moment. You are more than protection. You are presence itself, a steadfast love that holds me without condition. As I sink further into sleep, I sense that you are tending to every hidden part of me, the parts of my heart that ache quietly, the corners of my mind where fear lingers, the memories that resurface when I am most vulnerable. You do not sweep them aside forcefully. You do not judge them or leave them unattended. You simply enfold them in love, gently reshaping them into rest, trust, and confidence in your care. Even the parts I cannot articulate, the ones that hide beneath the surface, are safe with you tonight. Father, I feel the rhythm of your faithfulness echoing through my very being. Just as the psalmist declares, you prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, and my cup overflows. This imagery flows into my consciousness now, not as a distant picture, but as living truth. My life, my soul, my every breath is already surrounded by your provision, protection, and blessing. I do not need to earn it. and I cannot lose it. It is yours, and I am held in it completely. Your word reassures me again, this time with the gentle certainty of Psalm 23. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. I feel that comfort now as a tangible presence, like hands upon my shoulders, guiding me into deeper rest. Fear has no claim over this night because you are sovereign over it. Your guidance does not impose. It protects, it sustains, it reassures. Even as my awareness fades, I know I am not alone. I am held. Lord, I bring before you all that I cannot hold myself, all the worries, all the unknowns, all the responsibilities that press upon my heart. I lay them gently into your hands. I do not need to revisit them or strategize about them. I trust you to manage them with wisdom and care. Even sleep becomes a sanctuary for them, a place where your mercy transforms anxiety into rest, where your faithfulness becomes more tangible than my fear. As I drift into unconsciousness, I sense a profound alignment taking place. My body, mind, and spirit are settling into a rhythm that mirrors your eternal steadiness. There is no tension left, no strain, no resistance, only surrender, only trust, only the calm awareness that I am wholly yours. I do not need to wake to affirm it. I do not need to remember to practice it. It is simply true. Father, I allow your presence to fill the entirety of this night. Let it saturate my thoughts, my dreams, my soul. Let it seep into every cell of my being. Let it repair, restore, and renew me completely. I release any remnants of doubt, fear, or unrest. I place my whole self into your care, trusting that nothing is lost, nothing is unattended, nothing is outside your control. Your peace now becomes my dwelling. I am aware of how tenderly you rejoice over me, how your love never wavers, how your faithfulness never fails. Even in my sleep, you are singing over me with delight. You are watching, protecting, guiding, providing, and comforting. Every breath I take, every heartbeat, every moment of unconsciousness is cradled in your love. There is no separation here, only union. No danger here, only shelter. No emptiness, only presence. Lord, I conclude this night prayer not with words, but with complete surrender. I rest fully in you. I am covered by your mercy. I am secured by your strength. I am cherished by your love. I am restored by your presence. Let this sleep be complete. Let this night be holy, and let this rest continue to echo into tomorrow. I will awaken from it renewed, not because of what I have done, but because of who you are. Thank you, Father, for meeting me here. Thank you for carrying me through the unseen hours. Thank you for the promise of your word, for the assurance of Psalm 91 and Psalm 23, and for the reality of your presence that never leaves. I sleep now in peace, fully, deeply, and without fear, wrapped in your protection, held in your love, and grounded in your eternal faithfulness, now and forevermore. Amen. Beloved Father God, as this night gently settles over the world and the noise of the day slowly fades into silence, I come before you with a heart that is awake, even as my body grows weary. I come not rushing, not demanding, but waiting, listening, longing to hear your voice spoken softly into the deepest places of my soul. You know how much I have waited for this moment, how my spirit has leaned forward all day, anticipating the sweetness of being with you now. This night feels sacred because you are here, because your presence turns ordinary darkness into holy ground. I lay down not just my body, but my thoughts, my memories, my worries, and my unspoken fears before you, trusting that nothing I place in your hands is ever lost or ignored. Lord, you see me completely. You know the weight I carry into this night, the things I could not fix, the words I could not say, the emotions I tried to hide even from myself. I do not need to explain them to you, because you already understand. Still, I bring them willingly, one by one, and place them at your feet. Let this prayer be like a slow exhale of my soul, releasing everything that does not belong in your peace. I choose to rest, not because everything is resolved, but because you are faithful. I choose to trust, not because I am strong, but because you are my refuge. As I quiet my heart, I remember what is written in Psalm 91, that the one who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will abide in the shadow of the Almighty. Tonight, God, I choose to dwell, not to visit briefly, not to stand at a distance, but to remain, to stay, to make my home in you. Let your shadow cover me like a gentle blanket, protecting me from what I cannot see and calming what I cannot control. In this shadow there is no fear, only safety. In this shelter there is no accusation, only mercy. I rest here willingly, trusting that your presence is more than enough for this night. Father, speak to the part of me that is tired from trying. Speak to the part of me that has been strong for too long. I have carried responsibilities, expectations, and silent battles, and now I lay them down. I do not need to hold myself together in your presence. I do not need to have the right words or the perfect posture. I only need to be here. Let your voice flow gently, not loud or overwhelming, but steady and reassuring, like a river that continues to move even when the world is asleep. Let your truth settle into me slowly, deeply, until it becomes the rhythm of my breathing. As the night deepens, I feel the safety of your nearness surrounding me. You are not distant. You are not distracted. You are Emmanuel, God with us, God with me, right here in this quiet moment. Every shadow that once frightened me now fades in the light of your presence. Every anxious thought loses its power when I remember who you are. You are my fortress, my safe place, my strong tower. You are not shaken by what shakes me. You are not surprised by what surprises me. Knowing this allows my heart to soften, my shoulders to relax, my mind to slow down. Lord, I invite you into every room of my inner world. Walk with me through memories that still ache. Stand with me in places where I once felt alone. Heal what I have ignored because it hurt too much to face. I trust you enough now to let you touch those places. I trust you enough to believe that your love does not reopen wounds to harm me, but to heal me completely. As I breathe in your peace. As I breathe out, I release control. This night is not about striving. It is about surrender. I remember how Psalm 23 says that you are my shepherd, and I shall not want. Tonight, I do not lack peace because you provide it. I do not lack protection because you are watching over me. I do not lack guidance because even in the dark, you know the way. Like a sheep resting near its shepherd, I allow myself to lie down. I am not abandoned in the field. I am not exposed to danger. I am watched over by a shepherd who never sleeps, never looks away, never forgets even one of his own. Lead me now beside